What is going on, my Super Sandwiches? Rhymestyle here, and today I'm joined by Unreal ENT Gaming and Jaden-tastic to discuss this upcoming God of Destruction tournament. I almost said World of Destruction tournament. God of Destruction tournament in a Champa arc of Dragon Ball Super. Now, two of these matchups that we're going to discuss have been already confirmed, so if you don't want any spoilers, then leave now. But if you're okay with that, keep watching. And before I start, I do want to talk about basically the rules to this tournament, because there seems to be a lot of confusion as to how it's supposed to work. Now, when we all said fight until you lose, it's not actually literally. When Goku enters the tournament, he doesn't stay inside. When Goku enters the ring, excuse me, when he enters the ring, he doesn't stay in the ring until he literally loses. What happens is after the match is over, both contestants step down, and the next two step up, essentially. So that's how it's supposed to work. So that's how it worked in the Baba tournament. Essentially, if Goku loses, he can't fight in the tournament anymore. So I'm sure that he's going to beat Botamo, and we'll discuss that. But essentially, if Goku beats Botamo, he's out. But Goku can come in and fight in the next round or round after that, or however they decide to do that. So that's kind of the rules there. Does that actually make sense, Alex and Danny? Okay, just want to kind of clear it up, because a lot of people are so confused, like, oh, does Goku lose the first round because he's not fighting the second round? No. You don't fight literally until you lose. It's just, once you lose, you can't participate in the tournament anymore. And in this case, it's already 4v5 since, as you already know, Majin Buu got knocked out because he didn't pass the exam. So that means a combination of Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, and Monaka can fight as long as they don't lose. So if it comes out to it, Monaka could win 5 times if he wants to. So that's kind of how it works. But today's discussion is going to be solely focused on, number 1, our predictions of who's going to fight who, and 2, who's going to win. So we want to hear from you guys as well. At any point in the video, feel free to comment below saying XYZ is going to fight versus ABC, and so-and-so is going to win. So let's see who guesses this. This is going to be exciting. So let's see who gets 100% in this little bracket system. So how about we start with Alex? Alex, what are your matchups?
Well, I mean, as of right now, we have Goku versus Botamo, and we have Piccolo versus Frost. So I think what's going to happen with Frost and Piccolo is a lot of people are expecting Frost to pretty much decimate Piccolo, which I'm kind of expecting as well, but at the same time, based on the title alone, you know, trust and put your trust in the Special Beam Cannon, I do think that in some weird way, shape, or form, I think Piccolo just might pull it off, and I do think that he just might go on ahead and eliminate Frost from this tournament. Maybe that's just my little prediction, because I can definitely see like one of the following matches happening. I can definitely see Kabe going up against Vegeta, because obviously you have the Prince of All Saiyans going up against the Unknown Saiyan himself from Universe 6, and I think that is a definite matchup as of right now. I think Monaka is going to prove his worth going up against Magenta, but I as of right now, the only matchup that I can really see being deemed as like the battle of battles for now is going to be, you know, Vegeta versus Kabe. Now, of course, we have Hit on the side. We don't really know what he's capable of, but it's a very interesting concept, because again, we don't really know what happens with Botamo and Goku, if it's going to be like a double knockout, if one eliminates the other. But needless to say, that round is going to be determined with, you know, with whoever wins. That's going to follow up with Piccolo and Frost. So I don't know. For me, I would have to say that I do firmly believe that Frost. I think Frost might get the job done, but again, there's a part of me that's telling me that they're going to swerve us all and they're going to allow Piccolo to win. But needless to say, even after that match is over and done with, whatever happens with Piccolo and Frost is going to lead into, I believe at least, Kabe versus Vegeta. Then following that, we're going to have Monaka versus Magenta. And then finally, if Goku's still around, I think it's going to be Goku versus Hit. So
okay.
that's the way I see things kind of playing off.
So I assume you think Botamo's going to lose the first round?
I think so.
Okay, so Goku versus Botamo loses. Piccolo versus Frost, you think Piccolo's going to win? Vegeta versus Kabe, who's going to win that one?
Oh, man, shit. Just because Kabe is small in stature doesn't really mean he's weak. And a lot of people often go based on looks alone. So I would have to say between Vegeta and Kabe, I do think Kabe is going to pose a very interesting factor. Like, he's going to have definitely the edge here, because he's an unknown fighter. We don't know what he's capable of, if he's able to transform or whatnot. But let's just say, hypothetically speaking, if he is able to transform into a Super Saiyan or anything else beyond that, it's going to give Vegeta a definite run for his money, because obviously he would not be expecting to find another Super Saiyan, let alone a possible Super Saiyan God in a different universe. But in the end, due to, you know, sheer instincts, due to battle experience, I think it might go to Vegeta. So I would have to say Vegeta on that one.
Okay, and then you say Monaka is going to knock out Hit.
Oh yeah,
Magenta, excuse me. Magenta.
Yeah, definitely. That Monaka is not going to lose his first, like his debut round. He's not going to go down losing. Absolutely not.
And then the last one, Goku versus Hit. Who's going to win that one?
Goku versus Hit, because that was actually advertised in Japan in Japan's Times Square.
Yeah, I remember that.
I think that plays a very intricate role, because why would you advertise that but not show it?
That's a good point.
I do think it might lead into that, and possible, you know, 5th, 6th round, whatever kind of rounds like they go on ahead and have. But the bottom line is, I can definitely see Hit going up against Goku. Now, whether or not Goku wins or loses is unknown, but that match is definitely happening in my opinion.
Well, let's see how close you are once we get to see these episodes. As you guys already know, we're not going to discuss the episode titles or when to expect it, but the fighting is going to happen pretty soon. And Botama versus Goku is the first fight, and then Piccolo and Frost is happening immediately after that. So we'll most likely know who wins what round sometime in the next couple weeks. Danny, who do you think is going to win, and what are the matchups?
So I'm going to have to go with Goku against Watamu, obviously, just because Goku, I feel like, based on the history of the show, he's not going to go down in the first round. I mean, he is Goku after all. So he's probably going to take the W on that one, maybe fairly easily. I don't know. I just kind of see him taking that one, fairly easily. And then I don't think Piccolo is going to take Frost out.
Which would suck for him because that's 2 times he lost to the Frieza race.
I know, and that's kind of the thing though, is like I'm looking at it from like a more of a historical type point, which I would also say that Vegeta is. I would say that he's going to lose to Kabe. I think he's going to fight Kabe, but I think he's going to lose.
Okay.
Just because, I mean, not to be really harsh on my favorite character, but Vegeta's kind of a loser. It's his place to lose. He doesn't win a lot of fights. I mean, he tries really hard, and he's a really cool character, but he doesn't win a lot of fights. And I think, again, his pride might get in the way because, he's like the Prince of All Saiyans and all this kind of stuff. And Kabe is more of like I don't really know how to describe it, like a traditional type Saiyan, I guess. Like, they don't have all of this nonsense that Vegeta has gone through. So I feel like Kabe is going to win that fight. Frost is going to take Piccolo down. I definitely think the Monaka is going to win at least the first round. He's probably going to be, close to the finals.
Who's he going to fight, though?
Do what?
Who's he going to fight?
Man, I don't know that one.
Well, it's
probably
it's a guess. None of us know it.
No, I know. I don't know. I'm just trying to think. Probably Vegeta, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know. And Vegeta is weird. I don't really understand that character at all. But he looks like I'm going completely based off of my Dragon Ball Z instincts. And Vegeta looks like a character that loses in his first fight.
It's like the big guy who fought Krillin in the tournament.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, these characters, they always come in and they look kind of weird, and they don't look. And then they end up losing. So. I don't know. I feel like he's going to take that battle. And then I feel like Hit is going to be also one of the finalists just because these are all speculations and hunches. Obviously, like you said, we're just guessing. But for some reason, he seems like he's going to be the most powerful, I guess. And so I think if I had to put a guess like on the end of the tournament, I think it's going to come down to him and Goku.
Okay, that's a pretty good one. Again, to those who are watching, we want to hear from you guys as well. So comment below your matchups and who you think is going to win. Let's see who guesses this. Let's see who's going to be the one that calls all these fights.
What about you, Mr. Rhymestyle? Like, what do you think is going to go down?
Okay, so I think between Goku and Botamo is going to lose. I almost said win. He's going to lose, and I only noticed because this episode title after the first fight when it starts is called Goku the Super Saiyan. So I assume he's not even going to go full strength. He's just going to basically go into his basic Super Saiyan form, which I thought would never happen again. But again, it's just a guess, speculation. We don't know how it's going to happen. I feel like he's going to go just Super Saiyan and knock him out. Simple. It's an easy. Again, Botama looks like he loses. He looks like he's tough probably in Universe 6, but he just doesn't seem like the type of person that would win in a tournament. He's probably going to get knocked out or ring out or something. I feel like his special ability is he's really, really slick and he can't hit himself. And ultimately, I'm calling it now. He's going to lose by slipping out of the tournament, out of the stage. Calling it right now. As far as Piccolo versus Frost,
that'd be funny, actually.
Yeah. As far as Piccolo versus, because my thing is I feel like every character on Team Universe 6 has some kind of special ability. They're not necessarily extremely strong. They're just special in terms of like they're not, they got this maybe like Botama's slick. Maybe Vegeta has like some kind of like I don't know super. Maybe he's made out of that really really tough steel. What's it called? Catchin shard? Catchin? He's probably made out of that or something. I don't know. But I feel like they all have the special abilities. As far as Piccolo versus Frost, I feel like that's an obvious one because you can't just have 2 straight wins for Universe 7. It'll be too easy. Piccolo has to be done that. Unfortunately, takes the L here, and unfortunately, also he is probably the weakest person on the team right now between Vegeta, Goku, and obviously we know Monaka is the strongest from them. So it makes sense for him to lose. So after that, we'll have Vegeta versus Kabe, and actually I gotta write these down. Well, let's see, Goku. We'll have probably a little bit more to discuss. Vegeta versus Kabe, which I think Vegeta's going to win because it's going to be an intense fight. It's going to be very, very emotional, but I honestly think that Vegeta's going to come out the victor. And then we'll get Monaka versus Vegeta, which I feel like Monaka is going to knock him out really, really easily. And just as you said, Alex, since they're advertising Goku and Hit, I feel like Goku and Hit are going to have an intense match. Now, here's the kicker. As I said, the way this works is as long as you don't get knocked out, you can still keep fighting. So in this case, that means Hit will be in a tournament still. Monaka will be so basically no, it's gonna be Hit and what's the other guy's name? Hit. Potamo. Okay, so I'm trying to like I'm like okay, so far we got the winners. Goku wins, number 1. Piccolo loses. Okay, so it would be Hit and Frost are still alive, right? And on the other team, on number 7, it will be Goku, Vegeta, and Monaka. So it will be like 3 versus 2 essentially. What I think is going to happen is I feel like that the tournament before it gets to like the second round, where like the next matchups are going to happen, where it'll be like Frost versus like Goku or something. I think there's going to be some kind of interruption that's going to lead into the next part of the arc. I don't think this tournament is going to get done. So ultimately, I think Goku is going to be Botamo, Frost is going to be Piccolo, Vegeta is going to be Kabe, Monaka is going to knock out Vegeta, Goku versus Hit are going to start fighting, and after that, it'll lead into something crazy that'll basically, I don't know, be like a God of Destruction issue or something. Maybe we're going to try to overthrow. Maybe, I don't know, maybe someone gets mad and steals the Super Dragon Balls and takes away the power from the gods or something. I have no idea.
So what you're saying is this tournament's not finishing off.
No, I don't think it is. It'll be too easy. It'll be way too easy. I mean, also part of me believes that maybe Toriyama thinks that we're expecting that and he's just going to actually end this tournament. In which case, since, you know, Frost and Hit are left over and Goku and Vegeta are left over, I think Frost is going to fight Vegeta in the second round and beat Vegeta because it just makes sense. And, I think the last fight is going to be Monaka versus Hit if they take that action. But again, part of me believes that after the first round, something's going to happen to interrupt it, and that's kind of like my guess. But ultimately,
do you think Frost is going to go up against Vegeta and Frost is going to win?
Either that or Vegeta's going to win. But the thing is I feel like
that would be so terrible if Frost
Vegeta's taking all the
Vegeta cannot lose to Frieza's race again, man.
Yeah, but the reason why I say that is because if that happens, then Hit's going to be the last person that remains, and it'll be 3 versus 1. And at that point, it's like, really? I mean, obviously, you know, Team Universe Team Universe 7 is going to win unless Hit has some kind of crazy power or special transformation or some kind of ability that allows it to win. But ultimately, I feel like this tournament isn't going to end. It's going to lead into something that, you know, spawns from this fight. Whether it's somebody else tries to like interrupt or something else happens between the guy. Maybe Beerus and Champa get to fight with each other, then they all have to team up against them. I don't know. But remember, in episode 30, they hinted that, and I don't think it's going to happen this soon, but they hinted that in the future that Whis and Beerus are going to take on Goku and Vegeta.
That was a foreshadowing for sure. But like, your final 2, the sole survivors are going to be Monaka and Hit.
Well, it's really really tough because again,
because if Monaka's getting eliminated, who eliminates him?
If Monaka, it's got to be Hit. Because ultimately, if this tournament is going to be exciting, it has to come down to like a tiebreaker 1v1. And if Monaka is stronger than Goku and Vegeta, then it only makes sense for him to be the last fighter. But at the same time, this is Dragon Ball, and I don't think that Toriyama would take this path where we're not watching our favorite characters that we grew up watching, you know, finishing it up. So I feel like something has to happen to interrupt this. So that's kind of my guess there. But ultimately for the first round, again, Goku's going to knock out Botamo. I think Botamo's going to slip. Piccolo versus Frost is going to lead into Frost winning. Vegeta versus Kabe. Vegeta will beat Kabe, and it's going to be an emotional match. Monaka will easily knock out Vegeta, and then when Goku jumps in for his second, you know, fight because he's still in the tournament, he's going to go up against Hit, and this is going to be a crazy fight that leads into something else. So that's my prediction and guess there. We'll see.
Very interesting because Monaka is going to be a wild card, man, because we don't really know how strong he is.
We know nothing about him, and like the fact
especially with like episode 30 when Whis was kind of like concerned. He was like, I don't know if you should be talking to him, and Beerus was like, don't worry, I'll just let me do all the talking. It was just like he was like, wow.
Yeah,
and plus they haven't seen each other for such a long time. Like, what kind of chemistry do they have?
Yeah, I mean, unless maybe Hit does, I don't know, maybe there might be a stupid rule where Monaka slips out of the match or something, I don't know, and it does come out to like Goku. Or for all we know, Vegeta might destroy Frost if that second round does happen. Vegeta might destroy Frost, but he might accidentally slip out. Remember in the Otherworld tournament where both Goku and Pikkon basically ranked out?
Yeah, they hit the ceiling
like,
too.
That was kind of like a BS ending. I mean, for all we know, that might happen too, which causes both of them to lose, so who knows. But ultimately, my best bet is the fact that I think that this is going to get interrupted by something that will lead into the next part of the arc, because if this ends just on a tournament, it'll be just kind of a dull way to end the series. So we'll see what happens. But we want to hear from you guys. So comment below your matchups in the first round, as well as the second round if you want. And remember, the rule is as long as you don't lose, you can still keep fighting. So if Goku wins the first round, he can come back and fight the second round again, and third round, and fourth round until he basically rings out or gets knocked out. He can keep fighting. It's not you stay in the ring until you lose. So that's to clear it up, because a lot of people are confused about that. It's just you keep fighting as long as you didn't lose, and you know that's just how it works. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Let's see what
else?
happens.
Anything else, gentlemen?
Oh, by the way, guys, fusions are not going to be in this. Sorry to break your hearts.
Fusions aren't allowed. No fusions. So,
sorry to break your hearts, guys.
I don't know why people keep saying, "Oh yeah, they're hitting a fusion again." Dude, they're literally saying that we're not doing it. Toriyama can literally come out tomorrow and say, "Hey, no more fusions," and people will still ask for fusions. They even made fun of Goten and Trunks' fusion. Like because remember Vegeta was like, until you guys to Trunks, until you guys learn how to find your own, you can't join the tournament. That's what he said to him.
He broke his heart, man. That's like, you can't break a child's heart like that.
Vegeta can.
Vegeta can. But again, we want to hear from you guys, so comment below your thoughts on who's going to match up against who's going to win, and what you think is going to happen in this tournament. Is this tournament going to wrap up with just a fight, or is something else going to lead to where it gets interrupted because Beerus and Champa get angry or something? I don't know. Is there going to be an exhibition match between Beerus and like Goku? Any predictions you have, comment them below, and let's see who's right when the series wraps up over the next couple of weeks. Not wraps up, but like when this arc ends, because we don't know what Toriyama is playing for us after that. But for all we know, this might be the only arc in Super. But again, we have no clue, so let's see what happens over the course of the next couple of weeks / months. Oh yeah. Of course, check out Jadentastic and Unreal NT Gaming if you guys want. They're kind of cool. You guys are cool, right?
I mean, I would hope so. I have my stamp of approval. Hello Kitty.
Yeah. He has a Hello Kitty stamp. And Danny has pretty eyes, apparently. Crazy eyes.
I have the best eyes. Ask Toasty.
I don't know about that, man. I have green eyes, just saying.
Eye off. Let's have an eye off. Anyways, so let us know your thoughts, and I guess we'll see you guys in the comment section below.